Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're all getting cozy because we're talking about the first episode from the first season of Industry. This has been on my watch list for maybe 2 years now. I'm not too sure. With the third season coming out, I thought this was a perfect time to finally get into it. Start the series off with meeting each of our characters in interviews. Harper tells us she's living alone, doesn't seem to be too in touch with her folks, and she seems to be the only American out of all the candidates. Robert, another one of the characters, is he wants to get in good with one of the seniors that work there, Clement. He wears this black suit as well, which I feel, by his personality, he just really wants to stand out. Not really sure what that means. I guess we'll see as it goes along. Desmond seems very interested in Robert. They've been getting a lot of eye contact throughout this episode to one another. I don't know if it's gonna be romantically. I don't know if they have a past. We'll just see. The company's name is Pierpoint, and our characters have 6 months to prove themselves to get a spot into the company, and only half of them will make it. This is a sales company, it seems. Harper is having a very hard time of asking for things, especially to one of the characters, Rishi. We'll come back around to that. Harper has been having other problems, like not getting her college transcript sent, and she's avoiding her one manager. Her manager seems definitely kind of like the manager you might want to avoid, maybe. There's just kind of a fakeness to her. Harry has been staying late hours at the office to really prove himself. He seems to be very behind compared to a lot of the other characters. So he's drinking an unhealthy amount of energy drinks. He's going further by sleeping in the bathrooms and setting alarms, only sleeping for I don't know, 20 minutes or something like that. Really unhealthy. Another character, Gus, has the confidence. He's kind of his rival character. He has the confidence where he doesn't feel like he needs to go this extra mile. He definitely, I don't want to assume, because Harper brings up that seems like he's kind of an asshole, but I feel like there's a reason why he's like that. I feel like he's not what he seems, but he definitely does have a lot of confidence in himself. Harry tries to do some of Gus's work behind his back to get ahead, and it does not go very well for him. He seems a lot slower than Gus, so I think he's intimidated by him, and Gus just seems like he's in control of his life. It seems like he's really going to be sticking around. Harper has this friend back in America that will give her a fake transcript to send for this really uncomfortable masturbation scene between the two, and he hangs up on her midway. So she's put in this really uncomfortable position. Harper and Robert are in a meeting with their managers. A mention of the global financial crisis happens, which I'm not too familiar with, but at least I'm going to do a little more research by when I cover episodes 2 through 3 about it, but I know at least it lasted from 2007 to early 2009. I don't know when this show takes place. It seems like it's modern day when it came out in 2020, so it could be that, but it could be maybe 2010s. Yasmin, by her interview, and how she looks at everyone while she sees them all eating the foods. She really seems like she's really has a problem with self-worth, constantly needing approval from everyone. Going back to Harry, he gets kicked out from staying these late nights, which is a little surprising, because, well, I actually don't know. That's why I'm kind of really excited for this to continue with this show, because I don't know how the workforce is in England. I know how it is in America, and I know how it is a little bit from, watching anime, how it is in Japan. So I'm very curious how much they Do they pay more for late night hours? Yeah, I'm not too sure. If someone is from there, from the UK, and has any information they'd like to give, let me know in the comment. Robert talks with Theo, who had an argument with Clement, and Clement seems like a tough guy to get to notice you in general. Robert is also rooming with Gus, and he mentions he knows a lot about Theo. Was doing what he was doing in uni, which spooked him. Definitely keeping that note for later though, because I don't know what that could be. He seems like there's even like a little bit of something going on with Gus as well. I wonder what that's going to be between these two characters. They definitely seem to have a history though. Harper joins her manager Daria for dinner with a client, Nicole, and she speaks up about making a deal with Pierpoint, which is interesting. And Nicole mentions she doesn't Harper fit to being a salesperson, which I thought it was a really interesting note because she didn't really expand on it further. So that seems like it's going to be an arc for Harper. But anyway, they end up the night with Nicole trying to sleep with Harper, which I thought was another really interesting moment. I'm used to seeing men pull this type of move, and I actually thought that was going to happen probably in this season, but seeing a woman do it was something I haven't seen before. So it was definitely something of note. Seems like this show's going to be different from a lot of other shows like this. Harper goes home to see Harry a drunk mess. She invites him in so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, and they talk to each other about what their day has been, what their struggles, everything going on in their life. And it was like a sweet little scene. And Harper wakes up. Harry's already going back. He's holding his chest. So I really think like him being really sleep deprived and taking all these energy drinks. And he even takes some, I don't know what this type of drug is, but he took like Munfill, which is helps you like stay awake. I didn't do too much research on it because I don't think it's going to come up again, but yeah, it does not seem good. He does another late nighter, and Robert is partying all night. He does get lucky with a stranger, but he was told to get to work earlier. So I think these kids are like really playing. I mean, they seem like they're in their 20s because they graduated. So, but like, yeah, if it seems like they're gonna be making like a ton of mistakes in this, and it's like a very cutthroat industry. He's not doing great in his early meeting and accidentally mouths off to his manager Daria to try to impress Clement, and that it doesn't go well. It does actually win his respect though. He finally notices Robert and gives him advice about approving end sale. Harry, going back to him, he made a mistake in his pitch book, and he did all of that late studying and stuff, and now he's like really panicking. I think the stress is really getting to him, the sleep deprivation, and it just all comes together, and he dies. He has a heart attack in the bathroom. This sadly does happen in a lot of companies like this, and the higher ups, I feel like they're gonna sweep it under the rug if they can, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be a tough one to sweep under the rug, even though I think this pressure, even though he self-harmed himself, like the company really should have been keeping track of this. So I think they're gonna do some shady things. And we have this like low moment of the characters questioning some things. Harper gets her fake transcript, but she doesn't decide to send it. Yasmin is talking to this girl who's saying some messed up things about Harry and Harper, and Yasmin is playing along with it a little to get her approval. And what she didn't know is Harper heard the whole thing, and she can't trick Harper. Yeah, this gives a full character arc for Harper because she makes a deal. She decides to commit to making a deal with Nicole. She calls out Rishi too on something, which was awesome. Come back full circle, and yeah, she gets to celebrate at a hotel and buy like what the little we know about her character. She does. It seems like she really doesn't get to go to these hotels and stuff very often. Give this episode a 7 out of 10. It was pretty solid. Got a lot of potential. Invested in Harper's character right now. I think there's a lot of mystery to her, and I think Myha'la is like a really good actress. Theo and Gus, I'm really interested in those two as well. Like, what do they have going on? We only touched on them a little bit. Robert and Yasmin, I think are gonna like be really chaotic characters in the series. I think they're really gonna screw themselves over by the end of it. That's my prediction. So yeah, there's not a character I really necessarily dislike, and I like the commentary on. I think the company is gonna do some shady stuff about Harry's death. So yeah, there's a lot in this. So yeah, I'm really interested in where this show's gonna go. But until then, stay cozy, everyone.